Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As part of today's video, we are going to do a walkthrough of Sitecore Connect for Content Hub connector and see how we can leverage this connector to browse and select assets directly from your Content Hub to our Sitecore environment. So let's get started. So there are few steps which we have to follow for this connector to work properly. So the first thing is we need to create an account in Sitecore Content Hub. That's the first thing which we need to do. Second thing is we also need to configure cards for DAM so that we can connect our Sitecore application to Content Hub. That is one thing which we have to do. Then we also need to set up some redirection settings directly on Sitecore DAM. And finally we need to configure our Sitecore for this DAM connector. So let's see all these steps in detail. And even before that, let me also show you so before that, let me just show you what different versions are available for Sitecore Connect for Content Hub. So we have version 3.x, then 4.x and 5.x. So as part of today's walkthrough, we are going to leverage version 4.x because it has already been set up on my machine. And so which connector and which version you have to use, that depends on your Sitecore version and your Sitecore Content Hub version as well. So if you want to check which version will work for you for your instances, then we also have this compatibility table here. So you can basically check here compatibility of different versions of Sitecore Content Hub and your Sitecore, right? And to know that what is the version of your Content Hub, what we can do is, this is the instance what we are going to use. So you can just check by using this API status, and that will actually give you the version. So it is 4.0.1, and if we go back to this table here, so you can see here for version for Sitecore Content for Content Hub. So previously there used to be dedicated modules for DAM and for your CMP, but now everything is aggregated to one. So here we have three versions for now: 3.1, 4.0 and 5.0, and as per the version which I have here, it is 4.0.1. so if I go here, it falls somewhere here, right? And which is also compatible with 9.3, 10 and 10.1. so this is what we will be using, and it might vary for you based on what Sitecore version you are running into and what is your Content Hub version. So for me it is this one, but you can always check based on this table. So I'll add this link also in the description there. You can check it as per your need. So here let's just start with that. So basically here you see like we have different versions available, and we just have to make a choice, so which is 4.0 for me. Then you can just go to this specific download page. For you it might vary again based on different versions what we have there. So if it is 4.0.0 for you also, you can just download the installation package, and then you also see we have installation and configure guide, container deployment guide, user guide, release notes, and everything is available here under this downloads page. So you can download that, and I also have this thing already open so that we can just follow this also. So this is also handy. Yes, so this is there. So now we have everything, and as I mentioned, like I also have this package with me here, and I think for my instance this package should already be installed, but I can always overwrite it. So next is so for the first thing which we have to do is we first have to install the connector. If you talk about configuration settings which needs to be done on the Sitecore side, but even before that there are a few things which we have to do on Sitecore DAM side, which includes configuring cards, configuring redirection settings, and then finally the DAM connector in Sitecore. So let's start with this one, right? So what we really have to do is we have to go to our content hub, go to CORS configuration, and add the URL which you are trying to connect to. So in this case, if I go to my content hub environment here, go to manage and settings. So if I go to settings here, and if I search for CORS configuration, oh, right, so I have this one. So you can see like it is already added for me, sitecore93.dev.local. So basically you need to specify the environment, the host name which you will use to connect to your content hub, so which is already been configured for you. But yeah, if you're doing it for the first time, then you can just click on add and add the host name, and then you just click on save. Yeah, so that is step number one. Second thing is you also need to configure the redirection settings here, right? So for this one, for me it is already been set up to passive already, but for you, if it is not there, you can just configure that. And to do that, you again have to go to manage section, click on settings, and go to portal configuration authentication, which I can just show you real quick. And if you search for authentication here under portal configuration, yeah, you can basically see yeah, let me also move it to text. And if we follow the documentation here, in the providers node, authentication mode should be set as passive. So if I check for the authentication mode here, authentication mode is already set to passive. So yeah, you can also check that. So that is step 2 which needs to be done. And then we have these configurations done on the Sitecore side of it, so which is configuring this DAM. So before we start this one, we need to install this package into our instance. So for me it should be there, but I'm just going to do that again, installation wizard. And you see like it is already been used here, so I'm not going to do that again. But yes, if it is you're doing it for the first time, you can just click on next, and then it will give you a couple of prompts, so you can just overwrite it, and all those things you can find it here. Like there are 2 prompts which you will get for your specific Sitecore field type, so you can basically merge it, right? And once this installation is done, then we can make few changes into our configuration. The first thing which we have to do is we have to add the connection string settings for to connect to content hub environment. For that, we need to add these 3 settings, right? So if you go to your connection string.config, add these 3 settings, so which you will find if I go to my connection strings here. So these connection strings are already been added. So this shows the environment, this shows the approved assets page, and then finally your external redirect key, which is Sitecore. So that is step number 1. Second thing which you have to do is you also have to make some changes to your web config file by adding some of the URLs there as part of your content security policy. So you can add your content hub URLs, like your delivery URLs and all that. If you have different URLs there, you can add all those things as part of your content security policy, which they have clearly mentioned how to do that. So same thing I have also followed here. So if you go to the web config here, you will find those changes, yeah, under content security policy. Those changes are already been done, like the data, this one, and all that, right? So whatever you see here, it should be done as part of your web.config. So once you're done with that, then then the next thing is that yeah, I think that's it from here. And you will basically, you can actually see this icon like insert from Sitecore DAM should now be available as part of your Registrex editor, which is part of your Registrex default profile. So now if I cancel this one and go to my content editor, yeah, and if you see this item for CMP, so this you get when you install that package, because this includes CMP and DAM modules both. But right now we are focusing into the DAM part of it. So if I go to, let's say, home, and if I click on show editor, you can see that, yeah, you see like this one. So this has already been added here. So if I click on this, this pop-up gets open, insert from Sitecore DAM, and basically it is opening all the approved assets which we have configured. So all these this specific page, how it is getting open here is based on the search page URL which we have specified under connection string.config file. So that's the page which it is opening there, and then you can just select this one, and you can also create the public link if required. Don't create the public link, use it as is, and you just go from there. So that is one place where you find this insert option. Second place where you will find this option is, let's say, if I go to data and maybe image or my digital assets, so you also see this browse Sitecore DAM part here, this one, right? So if I want to change this image, let me see. Right, so right now this is what it is showing, and if I go back here, click on browse Sitecore DAM, so again the same pop-up gets open which shows the approved assets pending approval. And from here what I can do is maybe let me just select this one, this image, and then it also opened this preview, this one. Let me also click on a different public link here, and preview is also very big. Let me just cancel this one, that's not what I'm going to use. Maybe let me use this one. So here also we have, I'm just thinking to use a smaller image, maybe this one. How about it? This is also great. Let me see where we can use. I'm just thinking. Okay, so for this one there is no public link available, so let me just create a new rendition for thumbnail, and the dimension is 350. Maybe let me just resize it to 150 here, 150, and let me click on save. And now we have a new public link created as a new custom rendition we created, and let it process. And once it gets processed, we can just select the same public link here, just click on select, and once you click on select, the same thing should get propagated here, which is good. And now if I click on refresh here, yeah, you see like this is a new rendition which we created with the specific dimensions, so that gets rendered here. So that's how you can use this connector to connect your Sitecore Content Hub with your Sitecore instance, and yeah, you can just basically leverage all your digital assets right from your DAM, and use that DAM as an single point of truth for you for all your digital assets. And that is what I just wanted to show. If you have any questions around the configurations, and if you have if you faced any issues in terms of setup, please let me know, and if you can just check it. But yeah, that is what I just wanted to show you as part of this one. Hope it helps, and if you have any feedback, please let me know. Thank you.